Hey, what's up? It's Dave here from the Matt and Dave Show, thanking you for listening and reminding you to like, share, and subscribe if you like what you hear. I think you will, but you know, I'm biased.
These days, I'm Matt, and this is the Matt and Dave Show.
What up, y'all?
Did you get your Avenger tickets? Because we did.
We did.
After a long fucking day.
Yeah.
My goodness. I know that you hinted to this on our social media. Are you enjoying your cocktail there, Dave?
I am enjoying my cocktail.
Is this Saturday afternoon cocktail hour?
It is now. I could put a little honey in this, but it's fine.
Yeah, it looks delicious. What are you drinking?
This is some Four Roses whiskey with a little orange blossom water.
That sounds delicious. Would you like to know what my cocktail is?
Please.
Some of that high-quality H2O.
Oh, some dihydrogen monoxide.
Delicious.
Stop.
And nutritious.
I can only get so hard.
I'm sick of water.
I'm so sick of water.
So sick of water.
But you look good.
Thanks.
You look good.
I need to weigh myself tomorrow just to see if it's working.
But you look good.
Thanks. I feel good. So I was at the grocery store, and somebody was waiting for somebody to cross, and I came up late, and they let me go, and I realized they'd been sitting there for a while, and I know I hate that when people sit there. So instead of walking, I ran.
Yep.
And when I started to run, I was like, oh, my joints don't hurt. Oh, I got a little bit more energy. I can run a little bit. Oh, I'm not out of breath. Oh, this is not bad. I kind of like this.
Yep.
All right. I still want a fucking pizza.
Yeah.
But I can jog for, 5 feet and not be winded.
So I had the opposite experience yesterday. I was like, I need to go shopping for some new shirts. And I was like, yeah. So I'm going through the larges and I pick out like 6 like button ups that I like. Those fucking buttons were screaming for dear life. Screaming. Just, no.
Yep.
No. Yeah.
So
And I am not wearing an extra large.
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's how I felt about the double X.
Yeah.
I was wearing extra large, and my extra large is okay, but now with the athletic fit, listen, they should not make athletic fit double X size, because if you are double X, and I can say this because I am, you do not need to be wearing anything that is going to be skin tight on you.
Well, I mean, if you're like,
no,
there's exceptions to that rule,
okay,
and that's if you're like 6'7",
right? 6'7", and like you look like a fucking football player. That's different. That's different.
That's an athletic fit double XL.
Yeah, no. Yeah. But they there are certain stores that only make athletic fit, or the extra large is actually a large, but they don't want to whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever the point is. So if I want an athletic fit shirt, I have to go up to the true XL.
The what? The what? I'm sorry? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
That just means extra sexy.
Extra, the double, extra sexy.
But it's I've only have two double X shirts, because one is one I had to get because it was that, and the other one I had to get was because I needed a Spider-Man shirt. It's the only Spider-Man shirt available, and I grabbed it. So I only own 2 double X, and they're loose on me too. So they're it's not like they're tight.
See,
that's how I like to wear them, because I know you like your tight shit.
I like my tight shit. I like showing off my fat body. Like, you like this?
Well,
you like this?
You like this? That's why I like hanging out with you, because you wear the tighter shirts, so people look at you. People go, "Oh, Matt's big, but Dave's really tight,
busted at the seams.
He's really wearing those tight shirts,
like fucking 30 pounds of Play-Doh in a 2-pound bag."
That is not what happens here either. So Avenger tickets. Oh my goodness, dude.
Please.
So okay, listen. I want to just preface this by saying I'm not mad at AMC.
You ain't mad,
but I am.
Why?
Because all right, so
they knew.
I am a Stubbs member.
Yes.
And I've been checking, all right, when are Avenger tickets going on sale?
Yep,
everybody knew that it was going to be Tuesday. That's all they said.
Yep.
Right, but we all kind of knew it was going to be Tuesday, 8 a.m. I have the app. I'm a Stubbs member. I've been a Stubbs member. I've saved so much money. I've given them so much money. I almost exclusively go to AMC because I'm more comfortable there. I've had some bad experiences at AMC, but overall, I'm comfortable there. I love it. It's great.
They know you.
It's like, I grew up at AMC. Right. When I was in LA, that was the, that was the place. So it just kind of, I'm the norm of AMC.
You're the norm of AMC.
So, so I set in a reminder, they have a function on the app where you can set a reminder when tickets go on sale. So they'll notify you when tickets are on sale. I wake up at like 8:30 in the morning Tuesday.
Bless you.
And I'm like,
Bless
oh
you.
man, jeez, waking up and wait, what time is it? 8:20. Where's my reminder? I didn't get a reminder. So I go on to the app and I can't get on.
Right.
I can't get on. Finally, just I break open the computer. I go on the computer. I can get on, but for some reason it shows every showing Thursday, which is when we were trying to go. Every showing in the theater that I want to go to is sold out in the first half an hour. But every other AMC in the area is fine. So this is not right. So I go to Fandango. Get on Fandango, and it says, "Oh, there are multiple people in line. I showed you the pictures. You're in line. It's more than an hour wait. When it's your turn, we'll make sure that you'll get your seats." But I can see that there are seats available in all of the shows are available. Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I leave the computer open on Fandango. I'm trying to go through this. I'm calling AMC, trying to figure out what's going on, what's screwing up. So finally, I go onto one of the comment threads of where AMC is promoting the tickets on sale for Avengers, right?
Yes.
Because with the on sale, they released a new trailer. So I look at the comments, and sure enough, everybody is having problems, right? So then I'm on Twitter. I'm on this thread. I'm on this thread. I can see what's going on, who's getting where. People are saying, "Oh, I got my tickets. Oh, I got my tickets at 12 a.m." Or I got my tickets 10 minutes before they were supposed to go on sale because they started early, and yada da 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 da. And then I'm thinking, this is probably, we all know that Avengers Endgame is probably the biggest movie event ever.
Yeah.
And so it starts, I start saying, I understand, servers crashing and people just, boom, going for it. But how do you
not know that ahead of time?
Not know it's going to happen? How do you not have, mandatory, all hands on deck, people got to be there? Now, listen, I'm not a techie.
Sure.
Like you.
Yes.
And I understand shit happens, right? And I understand that maybe it's not worth maybe it's not worth the money to up your space. Maybe it's not, you don't have the staff to cover whatever it is that you have to do. It all worked itself out. It finally after this was the tipping point. I'm on Fandango, and tickets go on sale at 8. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, and finally it says 54 minutes. I get to 24 minutes left until I can buy my tickets, and then it comes up a little message that says the line has been paused. Now, I've been waiting in this fucking line since 8 o'clock in the morning. So what do? I march my happy little ass up to the AMC box office, which I have not done in God knows how long.
Right.
And I'm thinking, oh, God, let's see. I hope there's no line. The last time I waited in line for tickets was Star Wars Episode 1 back in 1999.
I was there.
And I don't want to camp out again.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to camp out again.
No.
Okay, well, just see it Sunday. But I was able to walk up. There was one other guy who was walking in. We pulled into the parking lot at the same time.
Right.
We kind of got out at the two tubby dudes.
Right.
In the middle of the day.
You knew.
We got out and kind of glimpsed at each other. It was like this little yep, we're here. We made it. Let's see what's up. So I walk in first, and he walks in behind me, and I stand there because I don't have my stubs number. Everything on the app for AMC has crashed completely. And so the guy behind me is like, "Hey, are the manual tickets working?" I was like, "I don't know. I need my stubs card." So he goes up and he starts pushing things in. He looks back at me and goes, "Yeah, they're available." I didn't even say anything.
Right.
He just looked back. He's like, "Yeah, they're available."
Nice.
Like, yes.
Yeah,
so
nerds.
I went up to the dude, and the dude who was helping me. There were a lot of people there. There were a lot of old people there in the middle of the day on a Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean that fits the demo.
Yeah. So I went to the dude, and I was like, "Yes, I would like 11 tickets, please. 1 child, 10 adults." He's like, "Okay, great, 11 tickets." I got to pick the seats just like I would with the app, and I finally, he's like, "Okay, cool, we got him." When he had this seats pulled for me,
right?
I was like, "I'm sorry, you got to put up with this today, dude." He's like, "That's my job." I was like, "Well, I hope a lot of nerds don't come in here and take it out on you. They realize that you're just a person."
Right.
It's not your fault that the app isn't
working.
working.
You're not running
that's
going to
happen.
Yeah.
And I was happy when he said to me, he's like, "You know what? Everybody who's come in today has been really nice."
Really?
And I was like, "Wow. I think we're all just really relieved to have our tickets."
Yeah.
because nobody wants to see it after Thursday because nobody wants anything spoiled for them.
Correct.
So we are going Thursday at 9:00. I hope there's nobody that's going to be an asshole like walking out as we're walking in going, hey, Tony dies or something like that. So we're set. We got our tickets.
I'm stoked. And thank you.
Yeah, and you're welcome.
Thank you.
And you still owe me $12.
That's fine.
Yeah, that was my own little personal journey this week.
No, it's a good journey.
You all got tickets and you didn't have to do shit.
Yeah.
I was the one who was freaking out about it.
Yeah.
But we did it. We got it.
I'm stoked.
It's all good. I'm ready. I'm really ready. Have you seen Captain Marvel yet?
No.
Dude, you gotta go see Captain
I
Marvel.
will see Captain Marvel. I will
gotta
see
see
it. I will see it.
You got 2 weeks.
I know. I'll see it. I'll see it. I will see it. If I have to go by myself. I'm not. I'm done.
Look, if she doesn't go and you want to go and I'll go see it again.
Yeah.
It's that good.
All right.
I'll go see it again.
All right.
Just let me know.
I can't. I can't deal with that.
I know.
She's the worst. She's the absolute worst.
Well, I mean, listen, I understand where she's coming from. It's a lot. And if you're not invested in it, you don't care. Like, if you're a passive fan, you're not gonna rush right out and see this shit.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can put her on the spot on the air. Hey, hon, can we go see Captain Marvel this week?
She said, "I don't know."
What about next week? Just do your podcast and leave me alone. Yeah. No, that's my best part. I'm not going to leave her alone, but I will do my podcast.
Yeah.
So I saw something last night.
Uh-huh.
That I want to talk about. And speaking of like not seeing movies until they're like
way late.
Yeah. So I finally saw Fantastic Beasts.
Which one? The first one?
First one.
Oh shit. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I hadn't seen the first one yet.
I didn't know we were talking about the first one.
Yeah, I hadn't even seen the fucking first one yet.
Okay.
Yeah. What a good movie. Up until the very end.
Right. Well, yes. I will say it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Right up until the end. You're right. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
There is.
But like I understood like there probably I didn't understand the significance of the Ezra Miller character.
Yes.
But I let it be and until the end.
Yeah.
And then the end happened.
Yep.
It's old enough, right? We can say. I mean, obviously he's in the second movie, so people know who it is.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So Colin Farrell's character is revealed to be Grindelwald and to be Johnny Depp, and you're like, what the fuck?
You know what it is? It's the fucking Scooby-Doo ending.
It's the Scooby-Doo ending.
Yes. It was the Scooby.
Oh my god, it was the Scooby-Doo ending. I didn't even think of that.
Yes. Like when I saw it, I was like, holy shit. They just did the fucking Scooby-Doo ending.
I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you fucking
he
wizards.
Was like, he's on his knees and everything. It's the fucking...
And the cops are holding him?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's the Scooby-Doo ending.
It's the Scooby-Doo ending.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So...
Process that for a second.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, but I want to move on because I want to say I want to talk about what you thought of the movie because you think the movie was good up until the end. So, what does the ending do for the overall appeal of the movie for you?
I mean, outside of it doesn't besmirch what I just saw. Like,
okay,
it doesn't ruin the movie up until that point. Like, I enjoyed the characters.
Sure, yeah,
I liked the backstory.
Yes,
I thought I liked all of it. I liked the world they built within it. I enjoyed all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there were some really fleshed out characters.
Yeah. And
I thought it was just kind of I thought it was a disservice to them
mm-hmm.
to like shoehorn this motherfucker in at the very end.
Yes.
Like it doesn't like make me hate these characters anymore. Although I feel like I'm going to be in for a disappointment because everything I liked is just going to be kind of like brushed to the side in the service of this fucking Grindelwald.
Yes.
Thing.
And the characters, and I don't want to spoil it for you, but the characters that you love do completely out of character things just for the sake of drama and like it in plot devices, and it really doesn't make any sense.
All right.
It really, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I said to you, like, I think these movies should have been books.
Yeah.
So she had her 600 to 800 pages to tell these complicated stories, to flesh out these really complicated relationships. But yeah, it's like not only did they do a Scooby-Doo ending on the film, but I think it's a Scooby-Doo ending on the franchise.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're gonna do this movie about Fantastic Beasts, and like, and he was great. Like I thought
Eddie Redmayne.
I thought Newt Scamander was a great character. Like,
it's a cool character.
I like the idea, and I love the fact that they had a no-maj or Muggle as like a sidekick.
Yeah.
Because through him, we know the magic exists.
Yeah.
But through him and Newt, we're learning about the American version of magic, which I think is something that we could have explored a little more in depth.
I could have done like another 3 movies in this universe.
Yes.
Easily, and been happy with it.
But then what happens is in the next movie, we go back to London. Actually, I think we're in Paris. I don't know. It's not in America. It has nothing to do with America, anything.
Right.
And it just goes and just tries to develop the Grindelwald character and Ezra Miller's. Like, they really are trying to do like a bait and switch and mystery and reveal and who is this, and I'm sick of like the who are you related to thing.
Yeah.
Like that's why I'm okay with Rey not having any relation to any Skywalkers or Obi-Wan or anybody. Like that's fine with me. Let's tell her story.
Yeah.
Because we've done that.
Yeah.
And now we're trying to figure out who Ezra Miller's character is and who he's related to and how they're related. And when you find out where he fits, you're like, come on.
Oh, I've already put that together.
Did you figure out who he is?
Yeah.
Like, there's now we're just making shit up.
Yeah,
we're just making shit up.
Well,
as we
I mean,
go
to be
along.
fair, I put that together at the beginning.
Did you really?
Of this one, yeah.
How? Because there's no mention of him previous.
It was just
I don't see, because I didn't see it coming, because it's a character that's supposed to fit inside of what we already know.
Yeah.
And they just kind of said, "Oh yeah, by the way, here's something that you didn't know, even though we told you all about this history."
It wasn't. I don't know.
We're tap dancing around an issue because we don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen the new one.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I don't. Then maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I'll tell you off the show.
Yeah. No, I'll watch it. I'll try and watch it tonight, maybe, or something tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, good luck. After this one, you'll probably be done with it like I am.
Yeah.
I have no desire to see it more.
But I really wanted to see, when he's, I want to see what happens out in the American West.
Yeah.
I'd love to explore all, there's some really ripe areas for some very interesting,
I agree.
The Wild West getting pushed back, and is that the wild magic getting pushed back in the early teens and 20s, like Red Dead Redemption, is the progress encroaching on native magic as well? Is the native magic against the actual other magic area? And you know what I mean? I have so many questions about the way American magic is set up, and I'm not going to get any of those answers. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No,
I'm not
you're
going to
not.
get those fucking answers.
Mm-mm.
And that
No.
sucks, because
Yep.
it was so cool. The speakeasies
Yep.
and all that shit. And all the creatures are very interesting and
Mhm.
personable
Yes.
and all that shit.
And they opened it up. Fantastic Beasts. There's a whole book that they put out about all of these different animals, and we've seen so many different animals or creatures in the Harry Potter universe, right? And now you have what was that supposed to be?
it's Buckbeak.
Yeah, but what was the voice?
It's the Robbie. That
was Hagrid.
That's Hagrid.
That was awful.
He always chokes up.
You
He
keep working
choked.
on
He
that.
choked up on Buckbeak.
You keep working on that, there, voice boy.
I will fucking
Uh,
cut out your goddamn.
But yeah, so
kidney,
they
you
have all of
fucking
these
piece of
wonderful
shit.
creatures. They could have done a whole series of movies just based around beasts and all of this
Fantastic
world.
Beasts and where to
Exactly,
find them.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think we discovered where to find them. I don't think that we began to dive into where
No.
you can find them.
No,
I think
you didn't.
what we're doing is it was just a facade. It was a curtain, a mask, if you will, to hide the fact that we're basically doing a Dumbledore prequel.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we're gonna do a Dumbledore prequel, that's fine.
Call it the fucking Dumbledore prequel. You'll get more people to see it.
Right, exactly. I'm all in. I'm all in. It's fine. But don't give me this and then bait and switch me. I'm not in. I'm just not in. You gave me characters, you gave me a story I cared about, and then you're like, nope, just kidding.
Well, you know what?
I don't care.
I would think that the Orange is the New Black did something very similar. They used the Piper story to start telling all these other stories. She was the white girl Trojan horse to tell all these fascinating and interesting stories. But Piper's story kind of sucks. You don't really like Piper. She's got real first world problems for the most part. The other stories are infinitely more interesting. I think the problem here is the Newt Scamander story was fucking fascinating. Like I was really into it.
He's
And
a fascinating character.
Right. It's an interesting, and like I love the dynamic of the personal nomad and the the like he's so like withdrawn and not like, and they have a discussion about like, people really like you. Like like nobody likes me. I'm this like insufferable know-it-all that, just wants to be right and shit like that. Like, I mean, it's a fascinating character.
Absolutely. 100%.
And he's right about a lot of things. And, and he just doesn't have the ability to express this and to change the things that he needs to change. And you see that in his acting. And nobody's going to give a shit because.
And I'll tell you what, in the second one, when you see how his relationship is with Dumbledore and how Dumbledore treated him, it's again fascinating. Like you could have seriously, you could have just done Fantastic Beasts and then let it all up to like where Dumbledore comes in at the end or whatever. Like if you want to do 5 movies of this Fantastic Beasts, do it differently. Tell a different story. Tell Newt's story. Tell these Beast stories.
Give me 3. Give me 3.
Whatever.
Newt Scamander trilogy, and then give me another 3.
And then do another 3. I mean, that's you don't have to say we're going to make 5 movies of Fantastic Beasts when it's really going to be one. It's going to be half of a movie of Fantastic Beasts and 4.5 of this love story between Dumbledore and Grindelwald.
Yeah,
which I think would be a fascinating story.
I would watch 3 movies dedicated to that.
I would, but not the way that they're going about it. And I tell you what, the
don't sandbag me.
And it's not just that. And an argument can be made. Well, they did that with the first one. They're doing that with this. They're doing what you want to do with the second one. But the fact is, when you use the second movie, you've set up a whole movie and a half or a whole movie setting up these characters that you care about and giving them the backstories and the relationships and intertwining their stories and kind of rounding it out and giving them somewhere to go.
Yeah.
And then they come back and they're just not the same. The characters aren't acting the same way. They're not following their characters. They're not following who they were set up to be just for the sake. It's like 1 second they're this and another second they're that. And I tell you, it's just a long movie where nothing happens. You don't care anymore about these characters. I don't care about any of the characters. The only character I still care about is Newt.
Yeah.
And part of the frustration comes from not a lot of Newt.
Right.
In
a Newt Scamander movie.
I don't care about young Dumbledore, even though Jude Law does a great job.
Oh, yeah.
He does a great job as a young Dumbledore.
Now, does he channel the more Richard Harris Dumbledore or the okay.
You have to see it.
Okay.
You have to see it.
I'm
I
curious.
actually think now that you mention it, I think he does do the Richard Harris a little bit more, because the thing that I didn't like about
Michael Gambon
is that his Dumbledore wasn't as collected, nurturing, or calm as Michael Gambon's is.
Richard
Harris was.
Yeah. Dude, Richard Harris was like fucking perfect.
Richard Harris just came off the page of the books.
Yes.
Like he was perfect.
Yes, he was.
Like there was I believe that he knew what was going on, and I accepted the fact that he let it happen. But there was a scene in I might have talked about this before, and I apologize. There's a scene in Goblet of Fire after Harry's name has been pulled.
Oh, yes, the angry Michael Gambon.
The angry Dumbledore. He doesn't ever really get angry at anybody until the end of that book, when he's really angry at Mad-Eye Moody, who he knows isn't Mad-Eye Moody.
Yes.
That's the only time, that's the first time you see him, really, powerful, flex, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is completely wrong.
Yeah.
Just completely.
And he's gotten universal amounts of shit for that,
and
too.
To be fair, if that was his spin on the character, I understand that. I completely get it.
Yeah, because you don't want to be want to be Richard Harris.
No, but I think you need to get the
0.5.
Right, exactly. And I understand that completely. You want to make it your own, and I respect that.
Yeah.
And he did.
He really did.
He did a lot of good things.
I agree. And the funny thing is, I like Michael Gambon as an actor, but he's a really good villain.
He is, yes.
I've seen him play villains, and it's just beautiful.
I think that's why I wasn't as sad in the movies when Dumbledore died. It was like,
Yeah.
I was really it was really heartbreaking reading the books.
Right.
But in the movies, I was like,
Well, it's because you picture Richard Harris.
Well, and the whole, I don't know. We could do a whole show on Harry Potter.
We could.
We're just not going to. But I'm glad that you finally saw Fantastic Beasts. I would love to hear what you have to think about the second one.
Yeah.
So watch it before the next show we do.
I will.
But yeah, that's interesting. I'm glad to hear that you are pretty much on the same page.
Yeah, but it is. It's a fucking Scooby-Doo ending.
It's oh man, I didn't even think of that.
Scooby-Doo ending. It was the perfect Scooby-Doo ending. In a realm where everything that Scooby-Doo would fight against is a reality, they still managed to make it a fucking
I wonder
Scooby-Doo.
if there's anybody else who has put those two things together.
Oh my god, it was all I could see.
Wow,
it was all I could.
Now I actually want to go back and watch that movie again.
Just watch the ending.
Just the ending.
Just watch the ending again. Because and the funny thing is in the Scooby,
you got the two guys, the two girls.
Yeah. And the funny thing is in the Scooby-Doo world, you expect it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, well, I mean, clearly it has to be a mask because it's always a mask.
Right.
It's always a person with a mask. It's never not a person. Sometimes the person wears two masks, but it's always a person in a mask. So you expect that at the end of a Scooby-Doo thing. So you're like, okay, so there we go. And then you're like, oh, shit. Like, you just don't expect that here. Like, there's nothing that leads you to believe that has to be done. Like, and it's one of those things like, it seems like it was something that was cut out of a book, but there was no book to cut it out of.
Right.
Like, they cut out the parts where he really leans into the fact that that's who he is.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm talking about. It seems like there are pieces missing of a greater story, but they cut it out for this movie.
Yeah.
Please make it a book. I almost want them to, like, stop making the movies.
Just
write
make
the
books.
and then just have somebody else other than her
write the scripts.
Write the screenplays, because it's just
she needs to be adapted.
She does.
Yeah.
She does great job writing literature, but not so good on the
It's
the
tough.
movies.
It's tough.
It's hard. I couldn't do that.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
I could do a smaller version of that, and it wouldn't make as much money as they did.
No.
Not even close.
All right, so talking about you in movies.
Yeah.
And we've been wanting to talk about this for a while, and I didn't know how to bring it up, so I'm just going to bring it up.
Okay.
So you were in a movie, hypothetically.
Yes, kind of.
Okay, so
Sort of.
for those who don't know, is it Hallmark?
Yeah.
Or is it the Lifetime?
No, it's Hallmark.
It's Hallmark.
Hallmark.
So Hallmark was filming a movie in our hometown, and Matt took it upon himself, for the sake of the show, to be an extra in that movie.
I did.
And you got picked.
I did.
Because you're dashing and handsome.
Sure.
You're Hallmark handsome.
Yeah.
You're Hallmark handsome.
Not so much.
Say it. Say it.
No.
Say the words.
I can't.
Say the words.
No.
Say you're Hallmark handsome.
No.
You're Hallmark handsome. Come on.
Nope.
Who's my special
I saw some of the actors in the actual actors from the movie.
Yeah.
I'm not Hallmark handsome.
Anyways, so I've never been an extra in anything in my entire life.
Yeah.
I have so many questions.
Okay. Yeah, it was an experience. Yeah, they're shooting a couple of Hallmark movies around town.
They just shot one in St. Pete.
They shot one in St. Pete. I think it's aired or getting ready to air.
They just dropped the trailer for it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta check that out. Yeah, so they shot this one around our town, Safety Harbor. And I got word. I think the Safety Harbor Chamber of Commerce posted on, like, I follow all the Safety Harbor pages. So they posted that they were looking for extras and an email address. So I sent off an email. I have a headshot for my, like, work and marketing purposes.
Yes.
So I had that. And then I thought, well, I don't know what it is. Like, it's Hallmark. I just know Hallmark Christmas movie, so maybe like mountains, whatever. But I don't know why they would be shooting mountains in Safety Harbor.
Right.
So we recently were in Georgia and took a bunch of pictures of me with my long ass beard, with my fucking beanie on, like mountain Matt, right?
Full mountain Matt.
Right. So I sent him a picture of that too. I was like, hey, here's my headshot, but here's also another look that I have sporting right now with the gray beard and it's long and like mountain stuff. So I sent them both pictures. They sent me another email a couple hours later. Said, "Hey, great! Are you available on Monday?" I said, "Sure." All right, we'll send you more information. We'll see you Monday. So I got the information, and I didn't know what to do. So I ended up clipping my beard, shaving it down, and dyeing it a little bit so that it wasn't as much gray in it as before, just so it matched the headshot that I gave them.
Right.
Because they didn't say which look that they wanted, but I figured, well, not doing mountain stuff, so fuck it, I'll just whatever. But they send us like this weird email, like where to, bring 2 outfits and make sure you're obvious, the basic stuff like don't wear logos, don't wear reds and blacks and whites. Here are some things, and they send us some examples like Pinterest boards,
sure,
of like the things that they want us to look like.
Yeah.
Spring, it was supposed to be set in spring.
Yeah.
So, it's like these tight rolled up jeans, like all these models like wearing this like fluorescent colors, not fluorescent, but like
Yes. The
like
spring catalog.
Spring catalog, and I'm like
Yeah.
looking at my closet, going, black, gray,
Yeah.
ironic pop culture mashup T-shirts.
Yep.
I got nothing.
Yep.
So I have a pair of khakis. I put the khakis on, and I have
Nice.
like a green nice shirt that the girlfriend bought me that I love that I was able to wear, and I think I brought like something I don't remember, but I had a couple of things like a blue dress shirt. So yeah. Anyway, it was really weird. They wanted us to bring like shaving, like a razor and shaving cream for whatever reason. And
Oh wow.
just lots of weird
You
instructions.
gotta,
But we
gotta shave the balls.
We shot at one of the local restaurants here in town. That's kind of where the main setting is. So it was interesting process getting started. But
Okay.
yeah, I I did live text a friend of ours.
Yes.
I didn't want to live tweet it. I didn't sign a non-disclosure
An NDA,
agreement.
right?
I didn't sign anything, so I can tell. I mean, legally, I guess I could tell you anything.
Right.
But I didn't want to put anything out there on the Twitterverse.
Right. No.
For whatever reason. So we have a friend who is a huge Hallmark fan.
She loves it.
She loves the Hallmark movies.
She has an entire podcast.
She does have a podcast dedicated to these Hallmark movies, and she hasn't asked me about it. But I was like, hey, give me your phone number because I'm going to live text you what's happening on set all day long.
Yeah.
And about halfway through the day, I don't know why you were asking me if I was there, so I started sending you screenshots of these texts. So you and she and Ariel are the only three people who have read these texts.
They're great, by the way.
Probably the funniest shit that I've ever written before in my life.
Yeah.
If I could just go and like live tweet for like a career, that would be great. But yeah, so it was an interesting experience. What are your questions? You have questions?
I do have questions. Okay. So I imagine that it's a long day.
You know, it actually wasn't long. I've worked in television before, and I've had fucking long days. I've had like 18-hour days with like 2-hour turnaround.
Yeah.
Our call time was 8:00. We had to be on set, camera ready, 8:00.
Got it.
And you know, obviously, you show up camera ready, and they've still got things. They put me in, like, they looked up my wardrobe, and they're like, "No, we don't like those shirts. Here, put on this salmon colored golf polo." And I was like, "That's not fucking me," but okay, whatever. We made it over to set in like an hour and a half. Then we were waiting for the crew because they were at a different location shooting in the morning.
Yeah.
So we didn't get started until around like 10:30, 11. It was a long day, but I mean, it was from 8 to like, we got it done about 6:30.
That's not that bad.
No,
For
not at
filming?
all. No,
That's not the.
and they got everything they needed. They got like, I mean, they, you know, by the end of the day, I was like, all right, just fucking get me out of here. I was fucking hungry. I didn't get to like eat much. There was no bathrooms around anywhere.
Right.
I was starting to get hangry. Like I wanted a fucking Snickers.
Right.
This was before the diet, obviously.
Oh.
Might have been what kicked off the diet. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so it wasn't a ridiculously long day. Like they knew their shit, man. They moved around. I was actually impressed. With
Yeah?
this crew. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you're a bit of a snob about that too. So,
I am.
Yeah.
No, I was really impressed with this. I was really impressed.
So like, what's the experience like? So, do you get to eat the things that they put in front of you? Is it like a Quentin Tarantino movie where you're supposed to eat?
All right, so this is hilarious. There were a whole bunch. It was an odd day because half of the extras were people from town, like half of the women from the Safety Harbor Chamber of Commerce were there. Actually, more than that. I remember one part of the day where I realized that all of the people that I've recognized or seen before were all there. They were all talking to each other, and they're like, "Oh yeah, there's my boss, and there's he." And I said to him, like, "Who's at the chamber today? If you're all here, who's there?" And one of them said, "Oh yeah, Victoria. She's gonna be there." I said, "No, Victoria has today off. I thought it was Robin. Robin's gonna be there until
Robin's
1:30.
here right now.
But Robin's working today." And nobody could seem to answer the question, like who was actually at the Chamber of Commerce. So I don't know what was going on. But half of them were people who they asked for, volunteers basically.
Sure.
And see, now I come from, like, I lived in LA and they pay extras. Like extras, like that's like a gig. You could do that.
Yeah.
You could make money off of that.
Yeah.
I thought we were all going to get paid, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do it too.
Yeah.
But no, we were volunteers, so we had to sign a volunteer waiver. But they did have professional extras that came from a modeling and talent agency.
Okay.
So it was really funny because you had half of the people were good-looking models, and then half the people were older people from Safety Harbor.
Yes.
So it was a good mix-up of good-looking and regular Joes. But the people who had never been there before, they were all just really excited, like, oh my god, they're shooting a movie in Safety Harbor, and we get to be a part of it. This is so exciting. Everyone was just like the energy, the buzz on the set before all of the professionals got there, before the crew got there, was like, oh, so excited. Like everybody was really
right.
But then all of the professional extras had known each other because they all came from the same colleges. They hadn't seen each other, or they knew parts of the crew.
They've done that,
So like they're all excited, like it's back to school, like first day of school.
Sure.
So it was really exciting. But we get to the restaurant, and like the prop guy's setting stuff in front of us, and I'm sitting at a table with 3 of the volunteers, and one of the ladies just kind of wandered up.
I like that.
She had seen. So we went through the process of sending an email off to the production company.
You did the correct way.
Us, right?
Yeah.
This lady had seen on the news that morning. This is hilarious. This lady had seen on the news that morning that they were still looking for extras. So she called up the chamber.
Yeah.
And the chamber was like, well, we don't know. And for whatever reason, the chamber posted like the shooting schedule where they were shooting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So she called the chamber. Nobody knew the chamber what was going on, who to contact about being an extra. She called the production company, like 4 or 5 different people at the production company.
Oh, Jesus.
None of them could like tell her where to go or what was happening. So she ended up coming down to the Safety Harbor.
Right. And just wandering around.
Going to the chamber, looking at the schedule on the door, and wandering around town trying to find out where we were.
Right.
And then she found us and just wandered up and, sat down and was like, boom, she was there. We all went through this process of like gathering at like the home base and signing forms and getting approved for different things and meeting each other and like learning rules and what to do and what not to do. And this lady was just like, I'm ready to be in a movie.
Yep.
And sure as shit, she's in the movie.
I like her a lot.
She might be. So
that's something I would do.
Yeah. But these 3 people had never been like, on a movie before. They had no experience.
Who does?
Listen, I'm not an expert by any sense of the imagination, but because I love it and because I've worked in it a little bit, I know the rules. Like, don't look at the fucking camera. Mm-hmm. Don't actually talk. Don't, like I gave them the story about the extra and Almost Famous who sits behind Frances McDermott at the graduation scene, like over like animated, So don't do that. And then so the prop guy comes out and puts the food in front of us, and it looks, it's actual food from the restaurant.
Sure.
And it looks really good.
Yeah.
And so people start like, can we eat it? And I was like, well, you probably shouldn't eat it because we're going to be shooting a while and you want the continuity to look good. And, if you're sitting here for 3 hours while they're filming, you can't get up and go to the bathroom, you're going to have a problem. So don't drink anything. Don't, if you need to sip on water, do that, but don't drink the drinks, don't eat the food because they need it and you're going to, but the prop guy comes out and goes, no, you can eat it.
All right.
So they were eating some shit, but then they started to run out of shit.
Right.
Like, well, don't eat it. But put salt and pepper on it. So by the end of like one scene,
so much salt.
There
and
was
pepper.
Here, have some lettuce with your salt and pepper there. It was hilarious. But because I was like telling these people that, I kind of turned into this like unofficial director of the extras,
extra coordinator,
because this lady like was just super excited and she just kept going on and on about like
is this the walk up,
how her shoulder was going to be in the shot because the lead has to walk by us. She starts off at our table like saying, hey, let me know if I can help you with anything before the other people walk up.
Right.
So we're in the shot,
right,
if they keep the scene. But she's all excited because like her back, so she keeps trying to put her shoulder into the shot,
really?
Like she's doing this, but like she's looking at me. Thank God she was looking at me because they would call action, or she would just be so excited like talking, and they would call action. She wouldn't know it, so she'd still be talking and be like, "Oh, they call action. So let's look like we're And I'd pass the salt over to the woman who was over there,
right?
And, just nodding and pretending to drink my drink and. But she would she'd take the fork and she'd have like the big like psychotic smile like I'm acting.
Oh,
I'm
if you could see
acting.
Matt's face right now,
and I swear to God, dude, that was her face. Like the big eyes, the phony smile, the fake teeth.
Love that Joker.
You don't love the Joker. Exactly.
Love
exactly.
That Joker.
I swear to God, if she and every time
somebody's
we cut,
been using Brand X.
Somebody would come up and she would talk about her famous shoulder being in the shot. And I swear to God, if I heard that famous shoulder story one more time, I was going to kill somebody.
All right. Well, I have a surprise for you.
Yes.
We tracked that lady down, and she's here today to tell her famous shoulder story.
She annoyed me a bit towards the end there, but she was a sweet lady.
Right.
She was super excited.
She's just into it.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. And I can sit here and make fun of her. And I probably now that we're past the situation, if I saw her again, I would probably tease her about it too.
The shoulder.
Shoulder
lady.
She meant crazy
I love
shoulder
your
lady who
work.
just wandered up.
Yeah.
But
love
she's
her.
just so excited.
I love her.
Yeah.
I love her to death.
I loved her at first too, but then I didn't realize
10
what
and
I
a
was
half
doing.
hours later.
Like I would say something, got there, and they were shooting from across the street, and they're like, "Well, where are the actors? What are they doing? Are we filming? Are we shooting? Or what's going on?" And I had to tell them, like, no, they're across the street because they're filming like an establishing shot.
Yeah.
And it just came out of my mouth because I know, like, it's just second nature.
Right.
And they're all like, "What's an establishing shot?" So I had to explain to them what that was.
Right.
And like what like the B-roll and
Right.
the room tone and all this stuff, like
Yeah.
all these things that they're doing, and like what are they doing now? What are they doing now? What are they doing now? When they were dressing the set, there was some controversy because everybody was like commenting on like where everything was going to go, and there was controversy on these plants that they were going to hang. Will this plant be in the shot? What kind of plant will it be? Oh, they forgot to hang a plant there, and it was just everybody was so excited. I did make the mistake of opening my mouth and saying the big words,
Cursed with knowledge.
yeah, the big industry terms, and they just turned to me and like I was the unofficial director of the volunteer extras.
I just Googled it before I got here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pass the salt.
I was happy to help, but I wasn't trying, like, I didn't want to come on because I don't know. Like, I've never been paid to be an extra. I've never actually been paid to act on film or TV.
Sure.
So I'm nobody. I'm just somebody who happens to have a little bit of extra knowledge.
Yeah.
That's all. And I didn't want to come off as a
That's how I go
pompous
through
asshole,
life.
which I can sometimes.
Everybody
I was
can.
really trying not to do
Sure.
that. But at the same time,
But you had a
like,
good time.
it was fun. It
Yeah?
was fun. Right up until the end. Like I said, it was a good day. Like there were a lot of funny things. Like, people trying to figure out who the actors were. Like taking like pictures. Like here, pretend to take my picture, but take a picture of that guy because I can't
Right.
figure out where he's from. And I was like, I don't want to do that. Like
No.
he's just sitting there. Like don't talk to the actors when they're like in between scenes.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
They're trying to be in Hallmark character.
Yeah, exactly. And then trying to like listen to the dialogue and like
Piece together what the plot
piece
is.
together like what the plot was.
Yeah.
Like the guy who we thought was the leading man actually turned out to be playing the dad of the leading woman. And I was like, he's way too young to be a dad, and she's way too old to be his daughter. Like that's real crazy. But I guess like the dad, the other woman who was there, I don't know what was going on, but
So you couldn't piece it together?
I couldn't piece. I do. So I guess the leading lady comes home to the town, and she's dating this guy, but there's this hometown boyfriend that she used to have who's still there, and her dad wants her to stay, and he owns this restaurant with his neighbor who there's some chemistry between the two of them, so the
Sure.
daughter wants them to get together.
Sure.
And so the old boyfriend's coming back to town, and the new boyfriend, like it's a typical Hallmark movie.
I had an old coworker of mine that starred in one of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was her and Robert Loggia.
Okay, yeah.
It was like something about like a Christmas tree farm or some bullshit. I don't remember. I never actually watched the movie, but I was like I remember seeing like the trailer. Like she would post something about it, and I was like, oh, because like we're still like social media connected and shit
Sure.
like that. And I was like, no. And I'm watching. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, that's your fucking movie.
Right.
Like that's your movie.
Yeah.
You have a fucking movie.
Yeah.
Fucking good on you.
Yeah.
Like hat tip.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute fucking hat tip. That's not bad.
Yeah.
My mom will probably see that. Statistically speaking, like but that's a gig, man. That's a good fucking gig.
Yeah.
You can get that?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The guy who's playing the current boyfriend of the lead character, I believe he's from here. Like he's a local.
Yeah.
That they cast,
Right.
from the area. So he's not
Nice.
gonna, that might be the only thing you ever see him in.
Yeah. But still.
Because a lot of the extras who we were working with, the professional extras, were talking about how they auditioned, like they knew the story because they auditioned for some of these parts.
Oh, neat.
So it was actually interesting when like one of the guys who was an extra, really nice guy, really super guy, but he was really being friendly and like kind of trying to tell all the other people like how it goes. He knew everybody. He knew what he was doing.
Sure.
Typical like actor guy, which I respect. I get
You get the hustle.
game. I get the hustle.
Yeah.
But he was telling us like he had auditioned for. He said the name of the character. At that time, I didn't know where. Yeah, I didn't know where he fit in the story, but he looked up and he saw this guy walking on, and the guy walks on the set and is talking to the PA who was like responsible for the extras, and he's like, "Yeah, so can I go to lunch or should I do this?" And she's like, "Well, who are you?" He's like, "Well, I'm one of the principals," and the extra guy goes, "Oh shit, they cast that guy in the part that I auditioned for. That's the part that I wanted," and apparently this guy had beaten this other dude out for a lot of parts.
Oh, really?
And home dude was about 5'9",
Yeah.
5'8.5", maybe.
Which is a respectable height.
Right. And the dude who they did cast was like 6'2".
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You're about
gonna
as tall
happen.
as the leading lady.
Yeah.
And I kind of get it.
That's going to happen 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, that's probably why he keeps getting cast over you. He was telling me he was a nice guy. He liked everybody. He was very helpful, very welcoming, very,
He needs to put on 30 pounds and play Chubby Best Friend.
He does. Well, that's kind of, that's my gig.
That's my gig.
Well, good thing that we don't go up
to business then.
We don't audition against each other.
I think I'm too old to play Chubby Best Friend now.
Yeah. Well, that's not necessarily true.
I'm in uncle territory now.
I don't know. You're not as old as you think that you don't look as old as you
I'm
are.
like, no, I am as old
you
as
are
I
as
am.
old as you think you are, but you don't look as old as you think you are. Yeah, it was an interesting experience. I mean, it was definitely a fun day. You know, like I didn't mind giving up a day to do this. It was it was exciting.
Would you do it again?
Would
you want to get paid?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Would I volunteer to do it again? So I probably would do it again, but I would bring some water and I would bring some snacks.
Oh yeah, that's that snack attack.
Yeah, because like I was I didn't eat breakfast that morning because I didn't know I didn't have a lot of coffee because I didn't know what I would be doing. I didn't know where I would be. Like we had no information on anything.
No.
So I knew they said be available from 8 to 9 p.m. and just be ready and all these things about being on camera, but nothing about the day and how that was going to go. Lunch will be provided, snacks will be provided, and I know from being on set that there's usually a catering table, right?
Yeah.
There was no catering table. There was nothing for the extras. It was all for the crew. They had the catering person would come around with these fried green tomatoes and these samples and little shots of wine and everything for the crew.
Right.
And listen, I'll be the first one to tell you. First thing you do on set is you feed the crew.
Yeah.
Because if the crew gets antsy and angry, you got problems.
You have a huge problem.
You got problems. They didn't even have to tell me. They pulled us aside. All right, well, listen, the cast and the crew, they eat lunch first, and then you guys go after that. You go last. And I was like, listen, I get it. You feed that. The crew's been working all day. They've been up since 4 a.m.
Yeah.
You give them their food. You let them get the fuck out of the way. You don't want to be in the way of that freight train when it comes through that lunch line. You give them.
Yeah.
But so there was no snacks, no water, no nothing. I couldn't get any water, I couldn't get any snacks, and we were in a restaurant too.
That's odd.
Yeah, so I would bring myself a little protein bar, little 2 bottles, two extra bottles of water, and I'd probably do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'd do it again. It was fun. I mean,
that sounds like a terrible time to me.
No, I mean it was it was interesting.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I liked. It was kind of nice being on set again. It was
it was coming home.
It was like going back to your high school reunion. You go and you're great, and then you're all right, it's been 2 hours. I think I'm ready to get back to my regular life, and that's how I felt. It was nice to get back on there, cameras and all the crew members and everything, the hustle and bustle, the set life.
It's like coming home.
The fucking van taking people back and forth to the base camp and the set and all that. I drove that van. I know how that works.
Right.
I fell asleep. I almost lost a job falling asleep in that van. I know how that works. Good for you for staying awake, man.
Good for you for not killing anybody.
I mean, it's boring. When your job is to sit in a truck and wait for people to call you to and from set. It's a fucking boring job, but it's a necessary job.
It's a very necessary job.
It's very necessary, especially, if you fall asleep and then, one of the production coordinators has to come
slap the window.
Come back to the parking lot and slap on the window and say, hey, you okay in there?
Yeah.
And then, get called back for the next day. That didn't happen to me, though.
No, that happened to somebody else that you saw.
No, but it was fun. I would do it again. Love in the Sun is the name of the movie.
Love in the Sun.
Love in the Sun. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but everybody around town seems to know what it's called. So
I did not.
Love in the Sun.
Spoiler.
It's going to be on Hallmark sometime in May. And from
May?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I mean it's a Hallmark movie, dude. Like
Fair enough.
they did like 2 or 3 setups for each scene. It's not that complicated.
Right. Okay.
And from what I can tell, the scenes, at least 2 of the scenes that I was in are important. So there's a good chance that you'll see me, and you'll be able to, if you know me, you'll be able to recognize that it's me.
Got it.
Yeah.
And if you don't know you, then they won't recognize you.
Right, which is the point.
Yep.
I'm just supposed to fade in the background.
You are fading.
Yeah.
Getting faded in the background?
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's how you know you're a good extra. When people don't realize you're there. If they realize you're there, you're the chick from Almost Famous. Like, you're doing something wrong. What? Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. What was the other famous one I love is in Braveheart? The 2 guys that don't like make contact with swords in the background.
Yes.
You can see them just like they're not even stopping.
Well, you got to understand, like, and I realized this about halfway through. They don't really give you direction.
They don't.
They tell you, like, you know, if you're supposed to walk on or walk off, or like, hey, walk into the shot, grab this, and then walk out. They'll tell you that. Or at this point, we'll tell you to just walk past the scene. That they do that, but like, they don't tell you like, when are you, like, how loud are you supposed to talk? Like, are you supposed to look like you're talking? Are you supposed to look like you're eating? What are you, like, you know, what's going on? How are you supposed to do this? And for, you know, Jane Doe, who, you know, was sitting at home with her 3 cats, and just found out today, or, you know, the old ladies from the Safety Harbor Chamber of Commerce who've never been on a movie set before in their life,
right? Like,
they don't know what they're supposed to do,
right?
So they just do what they can do. So I can see how, like, you know, you don't want to clink the swords together. Those guys probably just,
right.
Maybe that was their first time ever being on a set.
Right, or maybe
like, oh my goodness, we're Mel Gibson movie. Like, there's Mel Gibson, and we got swords, and we got painted faces. Let's have some fun, you know? Like, they don't. Or maybe
like, are they going to charge us for these swords if we damage them?
Exactly.
Well, we can't make contact
because they don't tell you that.
Yeah.
They don't tell you that. You know?
So are we just going to keep these swords? Because I don't want to damage them if we're just going to steal these.
One thing I did tell people is, like, listen, do not look at the camera. If you look at the camera, they're going to know, and they're going to ask you to leave.
Yeah.
Like, do not look in the direction of the camera at all. And at one point, I didn't realize that we were filming, and I looked up, and I looked right down the center of that camera.
Oh, did
you?
But
it was one of those things where, like, I was over here, and I glanced, and I looked over. It was like when you see an ex that you haven't talked to in years, and it ended badly. It's one of those, oh, shit.
Yeah, sorry.
And then you're, like, hiding your face like it wasn't me. So, yeah, that was my experience on set. It was fun.
I like it.
So watch for me in probably, if I do make it, it'll be 2.5 to 3 seconds of screen time.
But if you make it, then you will have truly made it.
Yes. I'm going to update my IMDb page.
That's right. Right.
Matthew Michael Scheel, Loving the Sun.
Restaurant
menu reading
man
guy.
In restaurant.
Yeah.
Uncredited.
Menu reading guy. That was my character name. Menu reading guy.
Uncredited.
Oh, yeah, I won't get credits.
Yeah.
I'll be uncredited. That's a shame.
Get that SAG card, man.
That's a shame. That's all right. I've already seen my name in credits. It's all good.
Oh, yeah?
I don't need to, yeah.
Did you see your name in credits?
Yeah, I was in credits.
Which one?
On the shows that I worked on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you know, it's one of those, like, you have to, like, pause the credits.
I understand the way
to
it works.
See it,
yeah.
But yeah, I've seen my name in credits before.
Oh,
it's cool. It's fun.
I've never seen my name in credits.
Oh, well, maybe one day you will, Dave.
I won't. And I'm fine with that. I do know. I do know.
You never know.
I do know.
Anything could happen.
Yes.
But
we're talking not about that. We're talking about the probability of that.
That's
happening.
true. That's true. All right. Yeah. We don't have a lot of time, but let's talk about the finals in March Madness in the Marvel Madness bracket.
The final two.
The final two.
Is this the final two?
This is the final two. We're gonna go over the finals now because March Madness is over. We're in April. We need to finish up, and yes, we're on our finals.
I have a hard time keeping track of this in my head.
Okay, we started with 16.
You got that?
We went to 8.
Yeah, I got that.
And the last time we talked to 4.
We got that to 4.
And then we went down to 2.
Did we go down to 2?
Yes.
I thought we went down to 4.
We talked about...
We went down to 4, and now we have to get the final 2.
I don't think so, dude.
Yeah, we went down to 4.
All right, well, let's talk about the final 2 and the final.
Okay, we'll just do the whole thing.
Knock it all out of the park. Okay? All right. So, the bracket that we had...
Yes.
We finally deviated.
Thank God.
Yeah, sure. I guess. Let me see if I can find it here. Here we go. Yes. All right. So I had Black Panther versus Thor Ragnarok, and you had
Same.
and Iron Man versus Spider-Man, and you had Black Panther versus Thor Ragnarok, and Spider-Man versus Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
Now, I believe going into our finals, let's start with the.
Oh yeah, it is down.
Let's start with the West Coast, which would be Black Panther versus Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. Look, I mean, honestly, if I can't get Black Panther past Winter Soldier, then like I'm gonna have to give it to Black Panther.
Sure. Yeah, I agree.
Against Thor Ragnarok.
I agree.
The only contender Black Panther had going into this on that side was Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and it just edged it out.
It just edged
slightly.
it out. Yeah, yeah.
So Black Panther is our champion out of the West Coast.
You agree with that?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I'm on the same page. Yeah, and I agree. It's the same thing. Like for me, I think Black Panther is a better film. And then in the East Coast, I had Iron Man over Spider-Man, and you guys heard my argument last time. Dave heard my argument last time. My argument still holds true. Iron Man is in the finals. So right now I have Iron Man going up against Black Panther in the finals.
Okay. So I would give it to Guardians of the Galaxy.
I cannot believe you. I mean, it was a great movie, but
Great.
although you have it up against Spider-Man,
Yeah.
That's tough. I probably would have to do that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Guardians of the Galaxy were going up against Spider-Man, yes, I would too.
Yeah, it's the way it is.
I would too. All right, so the finals.
Yeah.
So for you, it's Guardians of the Galaxy versus Black Panther, and for me, it's Iron Man versus Black Panther. I have actually gone back and forth. Actually, no, that's not true. I was adamant about who was number one.
Yeah?
I was adamant about who the champion was. And then after our last conversation, I began to think about it a little bit. I said, no. This is the reason why. This is the winner because of this. And then I thought, well, but this other one, now I'm thinking. So I've flipped the switch.
Okay.
And I've changed my mind. And for me, the champion, the undisputed champion.
Yes, the probably disputed champion.
The winner of the Marvel Madness bracket, for me, Black Panther.
Really?
Yes, I have to say, of the surviving members, Black Panther is the best movie of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, I'm just gonna go over the film. Like, again, it's performances, characters.
Yep.
It's the villain.
Yep.
You know, it's the culture that came out of it, like just everything, the soundtrack, just everything was great. I wanted to give it to Iron Man. That was where I sat because I thought Iron Man kicked it all off.
Yeah.
Like Robert Downey Jr. overcame the odds, gave us a brilliant performance.
Yeah.
It set up the stinger. Like that was the first Marvel stinger with Nick Fury. It set up the possibility
the
of
whole
a,
thing
of a MCU the
The
whole
MC
Marvel Cinematic
universe.
Universe,
Yeah.
the whole idea of an MCU. Like how could you not? You know, like just everything out of the gate. Like you
Interesting.
really kind of.
So you were in the tank for Iron Man early.
I was really. But after our last conversation, I had to think about it. Like between the two, like just Black Panther is
better movie.
Is the better movie.
Well, and Black Panther gets a lot because not only does it have one good villain, it has two good villains.
It does. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Like I love Jeff Bridges.
I do too.
And he did an amazing job in that.
did.
But Obadiah, what's his name?
Dude, names.
Yeah.
Who cares? We know who you're talking about.
Yeah. But his
Ironmonger.
villain, the Ironmonger, right?
It wasn't bad.
Right. Not bad, but like compared to Claw.
Yeah, Andy Serkis and Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like it. Yeah.
Well, and the relationships and the history and the story and listen, to be fair, if Iron Man doesn't hit at the box office and doesn't rock it like it did, no pun intended, you wouldn't have Black Panther.
Mm-mm.
And that was that was my argument. But then I thought,
But you can't. You're arguing them apples to apples.
It kind of, yeah.
You have to.
So I had to give it to Black Panther. That's how I felt. So Black Panther is the winner for me.
I'm gonna actually have to give it to Black Panther too.
Oh snap!
But I'll tell you.
So we took different paths, but we got to the same point.
Yeah, only because and as much as I love Guardians of the Galaxy, and I do quite a bit,
Yes, I do too.
It's like Ronan just isn't as compelling of a villain
No.
as anybody, either of them in Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're just disappointed at how when the good guy wins because the villains are so good.
Yeah.
Like think of
I felt really like I didn't want Michael B. Jordan's character to die.
No. I was disappointed when they killed fucking Claw.
Yeah, that too. I was
exactly.
I was like, I can't believe they did that. Like, oh, that sucks.
Because he's such a fucking scene-chewing, compelling villain.
I can't remember the last time I didn't want a villain to die. I think it was Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like, don't die.
Please don't die.
Yeah. You know, and that's the other thing too. I would say, like, we do not have to kill our villains in these movies.
No, you don't.
You don't have to kill them, nor should you, because they're not dead in the comics. And you know, if you want to tell more stories, these people can come. Like, you could have an Ironmonger and Iron Man fight again.
Yeah.
But in a like the first time, it's like, you know, it's the mirror images fighting off against each other, facing off against each other, and you know that's kind of boring. But, you know, if you have him be defeated and you know, whatever happens to the villain, like, he can come back stronger. Like, you work that into his character arc, like, something.
Yeah.
Like, you could do it. You don't have to kill off the villain.
I agree. Yeah, I would say, like, that was the true disservice to that movie was, like, I think it really shot itself in the foot that way. Because those, and everybody talks about Jordan's villain. Like, and that's an amazing villain, but Andy Serkis really, like, he could have carried that movie. He could have absolutely carried that movie on his own. And he really, to overshadow that performance, speaks volumes about his performance.
You're right.
Because, he just walks in there fucking cock out, badass, just chewing through every single piece of outlandish scenery that exists within that movie. Like, he just chews the fuck through it. Like, so to really make you forget and only talk about that, I think is wonderful. And I'll give it to Black Panther just based on that alone.
Sure.
Because like fucking Ronan's kind of, he's a cardboard cutout bad guy. Nebula's really the only, like, for me, Nebula was like the good character in that. Like, she actually had some depth to her, and which gets explored further on, which I absolutely adore. Yeah. But, like,
and I like the idea. I love what they're doing with her because what they did with her in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yep.
I really wish she would have been more of the villain in Volume 2.
Yeah.
More so than Ego.
Yeah.
You know, like, I really just love the tension between the two of them. And I would have loved to have seen her be more of a villain in Avengers, but I like the fact that I hope that once Avengers Endgame is over, A, she's still alive, and B, she kind of goes back to really kind of holding, you know, like,
she's not a great person.
She's not a great person. And I love that. And I love
don't whitewash that.
No, don't do it at all. Like, have her go back and still kind of hold a grudge against Gamora.
Yeah,
if they get her back. Yeah, whatever happens. You know, or like have her be the Batman of the Justice League, where you know Batman's a good guy. Like, you know, like.
The questionable methods.
Exactly.
Yeah. The Amanda Waller, like, she's really just
that's a better
like, just super like, why don't we just fucking kill him?
Yes.
It's just easier. It's like, I got a lunch that I got to get to. Just put a bullet in their head and let's go get some tea.
There you go.
Yeah. So we came together on the end of that.
So Black Panther is the champion of.
It is the champion, and I think
Marvel madness.
It earns it. It really earns it.
I agree.
It just earns it. War rhinos. Rhinos.
It's pretty badass.
Fucking hell, that's so cool.
It's pretty badass. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, it's got a lot of cool shit. Fuck. So that's how our brackets ended up.
War rhinos.
Please post yours. We'd love to see yours. I know some of you asked for a downloadable version.
Yeah.
Which I think we've sent to you.
Yeah.
So if you filled one out, or just want to post what you think the winner is, I'd love to see it. Some people are
curious.
So curious to see what you think.
Some people didn't. Well, will not come to this conclusion, and I think that's perfectly fine.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. There's no wrong answer, I don't think,
except war rhinos.
No, that's the right answer.
That is the right answer.
The wrong answer is Iron Man 3.
Yes. All right, and on that note, you're incorrect. don't ever talk to us again.
See you next time.
Bye.